our game kicks off today as Ray jumps through the pack and gains that lead jammer status. Jackknife struggling to find a gap here as they push through on the inside. And Ray through again, scoring 4 points for that pass as Jackknife comes out of the pack but unfortunately leaves the track there. And we have an apex jump from Ray coming around for another 4 points. Jackknife fighting through the front of the pack now. As Ray re-enters the pack, but unfortunately takes a dive and has to head on back to rejoin play. Ray making it through now for another 4 points as the combined team successfully executes a star pass. So jammer status has now transferred over to Fitz for the combined team as Ray comes through scoring another 4 points. And we have Fitz through now for the combined team. Ray passing through the pack once more on the outside line for another 4 points. And it looks like we have a power jam on our hands, ladies and gentlemen, as Odd Socks Fitz is headed to the bin for a penalty. As Ray gets through for a 7th pass now, total of 28 points for this jam, and calls it off just before the 2-minute jam timer expires. Total of 28 points there for the Convicts for this first jam of the day. As we prepare for our second jam in this game for the Convicts, we have number 31, Boots, jamming. Unfortunately, because Fitz had a penalty for that last jam, they will start this jam in the penalty box until the remainder of that penalty has been served. So we are starting this one out as a power jam. A power jam indicating that there is only one jammer on the track. They are free to go and get as many points as they can. And as our pack surges forward to meet the jammer, Boots is trying desperately to get through. Boots manages to get on through there, securing the lead jammer status as Fitz rejoins the game. Trying to find a gap on the inside of that pack and finding some luck there as Fitz makes it through. Looks like Boots has taken a tumble, but Boots will get through the pack, scoring 4 points and immediately calling off the jam before Fitz has a chance to come through for their second pass. We have 4 points for the Convicts there, and unfortunately none there for the combined Sirens and Diemen Rollers team. Getting ready for our third jam now, we have number 5, Locomotive, for the combined Sirens and Diemen Rollers team. And for the Convicts, starting with a massive run up there, we have Flickety Split, and Flick is through, securing lead jammer status already. Locomotive finding some luck there, powering through and makes it through the pack as Flick gets through for a second pass, scoring 4 points, and again falling off the jam, unfortunately, before Loki is able to score. Lining up on our start line for the Convicts, we have number 86, Apples. And for the combined team, we have number 333, Nico. Apples immediately launching in, pushing through the center of the pack there as Nico goes through the outside, and Apples is through, securing lead jammer. Nico pushing hard here, managing to get around on the outside, but being re-swallowed. And Nico is through. Apples managing to dodge the combined team defense there, making a second pass again for 4 points and calling off the jam. Looks like lining up here for the combined team, we have number 99, Lemmy Adam, as we have number 202, Sumi from the Convicts coming out to match. It does look like we have a time out at the moment. Looks like we have an official review here, Derby fans, as the umpires are making a decision on an event that happened last round, or last jam. We are off for Jam 5, the pack forming an impenetrable defence here. Not so impenetrable for Lemmy, breaking through to become the combined team's first lead jammer of the day. Sumi breaks through the pack as well. And we have Lemmy attempting to come through on the outside, unfortunately coming off the track there, but calling off the jam. Looks like Sumi managed to jump through the pack just before that was called off, scoring 4 points for the Convicts. An excellent choice of play there by Lemmy Atom, but unfortunately not fast enough for Sumi. Lining up now for the combined team, we have number 7, Jackknife, up against number 93, Ray, for the Convicts. And Ray taking a massive hit there, ending up on the ground, but managing to come through on the outside to still secure that lead jammer status. Just as Jackknife comes through as well, passing through the pack. It looks like we have... It looks like a couple of the combined players may have received a penalty there, potentially for that hit on Ray, as we have 2 starting this next jam in the bin. Lining up to jam, we have for the Convicts number 31, Boots. And for the combined team, number 5, Loki Motive. Derby has started with Boots making it through on the inside line there, securing lead jammer status as Loki Motive pushes through the centre of the pack. Being a bit swallowed here by the Convicts, but making progress and getting through as Boots makes it through for their second pass, scoring 4 points. And we have a smart play here by Boots with Loki in front and going to make it to the pack first. Boots decides to call off the jam. stopping Loki from scoring any points there. Lining up to jam, we have number 86 Apples for the Convicts and number 911 Vixen for the combined team. Apples makes it through the pack and secures that lead jammer status as our combined blocker makes it out of the bin and rejoins the pack for a full 5-on-5 for this jam. But we have a tumble for Vixen, falling out on the outside and having to head on back. Unfortunately, the same for Apples. Apples was almost through the pack there, but had to head all the way back and rejoin play behind the pack for that out of bounds play. Apples making it through for their second pass and scoring 4 points. We have Vixen taking another unfortunate tumble as number 22 over receives a penalty there for the Convicts. Convicts down a blocker now. As number 911 Vixen is sent off for a high block. They are no longer holding the star, which looks like a star pass was attempted but may not have been completed. So we have a power jam at the moment here as Apples tries to get through for a third round. As that jam comes through to time and is called off, unfortunately, before the combined team jammer can make it onto the track, which means the Convicts will be starting this jam as a power jam. And it looks like Flickety Split may have that power jam. This is going to lead to some interesting plays at the start of this jam as we have all of the Convicts blockers not needing to block the combined team jammer at the start, and they can all focus on getting the combined team jammers out of the way of Flick. Looks like we are having another official review here. Derby fans, as a result of this official review, it appears that number 86 Apples for the Convicts has received a cut track penalty. So, unfortunately, in the game of roller derby, we cannot start with 2 jammers in the bin, otherwise the game does have a little bit of trouble progressing. So as this next jam starts, we will have Vixen coming back on from the bin as the jam starts. Vixen doing 2 jams in a row here, but the official review has provided some reprieve and a little bit of a break. We have our blockers lining up here as Vixen comes in with quite a run up. Hitting hard into that Convict's wall, comes through on the inside, makes it through on the outside, and getting through here, securing the lead jammer status. Vixen coming through a second time, trying to come through on the inside, but unfortunately being brought down slightly as Apples makes it through for their first pass. Vixen calling off the jam before Apples can get through again and score any points there. Lining up to jam for the Convicts, we have number 202, Sumi, and for the combined Sirens and Van Diemen team, we have number 333, Nico. Our pack starting all the way forward on the pack line for this jam, as Sumi manages to sneak through on the inside and secure lead jammer. Nico pushing hard through the pack, but unable to find a gap here as Sumi successfully executes an apex jump there, heading straight past the pack and scoring 4 points. Sumi once again trying to come through on the inside, but unfortunately going off the track and being recycled all the way back by the combined team captain there. Nico swapping sides, trying to get around the pack, but being pushed out of play each time. As Sumi receives a penalty there and is sent off. This one is now a power jam for Nico. Nico managing to sneak through as the combined team's blockers manage to push the Convict blockers out of the way, but unfortunately takes a tumble and ends up out of bounds, having to be recycled back. Sumi managing to sneak through on the inside for another pass. As Nico is unfortunately sent off to the bin, likely for a cut track there. Sumi managing to sneak through again for another 4 points, bringing this jam to total up to 16 for the Convicts. Sumi attempting to juke the pack here, swapping from the inside to the outside, but unfortunately unable to make it through all of the way, scoring only 3 points for that pass. Have Nico starting in the penalty box for this next jam. Meaning that is 2 jams in a row here for Nico as Flick lines up, getting ready to jam here for the Convicts. Brief official timeout here. Derby fans, looks like we had a bit of a discrepancy between the period time on our scoreboard and the one being held by the referees. Just getting that one sorted out here. We don't want to shortchange any of our players. And the end of that official timeout being called with 30 seconds to Derby. As Flick lines up here. Managing to smash through the combined defences there and making it through there for lead jammer as Flick taking out Nico on the way past. Flick being held there by the combined teams. Wall managing to get through and score 4 points as we have a star pass for the combined team, transferring the jammer status from Nico over to Glasgow Kiss. Flick passing through the pack once more for a total of 8 points this jam for the Convicts. Flick helping out the Convicts defence there, attempting to take out Glasgow Kiss on the way past, but making it through. as Glasgow Kiss makes it through for their first scoring pass. 4 points there for the combined team as Flick makes it through again. Looks like we have a number of combined team players in the bin at the moment, making it hard to defend. Glasgow and Flick making it through again, 4 points for each team. Just one blocker on the field at the moment for the combined team as the jam ends. Flick giving a massive effort, that jam scoring a huge 20 points for the Convicts, but taking a bit of a spill at the end. Just calling an official timeout here, Derby fans, as we make sure that everyone is feeling okay. Number one in roller derby, we value the safety of our players, and we want to make sure as much as possible that despite the physical nature of this game, we do not end up with anyone getting any severe injuries. Lining up for this jam for the combined team, we have number 7 Jackknife, and for the Convicts we have number 93 Ray. Unfortunately, the combined team one blocker down for the start of this jam, with Vixen in the penalty box as both Ray and Jackknife make it through. Ray securing lead jammer. Pack is moving fast here as Ray sneaks through on the inside, immediately calling off the jam. 4 points there for Ray and 3 points for the combined team. Jam, we have Boots heading through on the inside for the Convicts, managing to sneak through and score lead jammer as number 5 Loki Motive fights through the pack for the combined team. Loki managing to sneak most of the way around on the outside there, but being knocked out of play as Boots comes around for a second pass, scoring 4 points. Boots sneaking halfway through the pack there, scoring 3 points on that pass and calling off the jam before Loki can get through and make a score there. Lining up once more, we have for the combined team number 333 Nico against number 86 Apples for the Convicts. Apples managing to weave their way through the pack there, securing lead jammer as Nico pushes through on the outside. Apples making it most of the way through there, but unfortunately getting pushed out of play and having to head on back and rejoin the pack from the front. Managing to sidestep their way around the defence there. Excellent defence there by Morgana for the combined team, but unfortunately Apple's able to sneak past again there. Nico fighting through the Convict's wall, but unfortunately unable to find a gap to make it through there as Apples makes it through on the inside, scoring another 4 points there for the Convicts. Apples making it most of the way through the pack there, but then being pushed out of bounds. Having to head on back and rejoin play, but sneaking through. 16 points for the Convicts on this one. Nico has removed the star and successfully executed a star pass here, transferring that jammer status over to number 50, Fitz, for the combined team, who manages to make it through, just as Apples makes it through for another scoring pass for the Convicts. Apples calling off that jam before Oddstock's Fitz can make it around for their scoring pass. Getting ready to jam for this one, we have number 202 Sumi for the Convicts, and for the combined team we have number 7 Jackknife. Derby kicks off as Jackknife makes it most of the way through the pack on the inside, is knocked out, has to head on back, tries again for the outside, but takes a bit of a spill. Sumi making it through on the inside now, securing lead jammer status. We have 2 blockers off for the Convicts here and 1 blocker off for the combined team. A couple of penalties there and a couple of rescinded penalties there as some players entered and exited the penalty box fairly quickly. But Sumi managing to call off the jam there before the combined team can make their full pass. Scoring just 1 point there for the combined team. Stepping up for the combined team now, we have number 5 Loki and number 696 Flick. As we have an official timeout called just before the start of Derby for this jam. Looks like we have number 511, Aviva Vendetta, being sent off there, unfortunately, with a multiplayer block for the combined team. Game of Derby does rely on the blockers stopping other players, but you cannot use your hands to hang off another player and form an impenetrable wall. As this jam kicks off, we have Flick making it most of the way through the pack, spinning and twisting, making it past, securing the jammer. Very, very closely followed here by Loki Motive. Flick once again managing to hop step it around the outside, scoring 4 points for that first scoring pass. As all of the blockers for both teams rejoin the pack here. Loki pushing through the Convicts' wall, shifting them, but unable to find a gap here as Flick manages to make it around the outside, but is promptly knocked out of play. Recycled back, but calls off the jam there. just as Locomotive makes it through on their initial pass. Not their initial pass, sorry, their first scoring pass. 6 points for the Convicts for that jam, 4 points for the combined South Island Sirens and Van Diemen Rollers teams. Looks like we're having a team timeout called by the Convicts here. As we have this team timeout called, Derby fans, I'll take a brief moment to explain that multiplayer penalty that happened last jam. In the game of Derby, you are not able to link arms or hands with another player to form an impenetrable wall and keep those links intact. Can hold on to other players for support or for positioning or coordination, but if that link is challenged, it must be dropped. May sound a little bit confusing, but if we didn't have this rule, you can imagine that the blockers for one team could simply link arms across the track and form an impenetrable wall, which would not be very exciting for gameplay, but would be very effective at stopping the jammer. Looks like that team timeout is ending as we have number 93 Ray jamming for the Convicts and number 333 Nico jamming for the combined South Island Sirens and Van Diemen Rollers team. And we are off with Ray making it through the pack there and securing lead jammer status as Nico pushes their way through the Convict City Rollers wall. Ray coming through for their first scoring pass for 4 points there. Being stopped on their second pass by that combined wall, doing an excellent job to put 3 players down, but managing to knock Ray out of bounds and being recycled back in front of that wall. Successful star pass there, executed by Nico, passing jammer status over to number 50, Odd Socks Fitz, racing that one and calling off the jam before Odd Socks Fitz can make it around the track. Stepping up to jam now for the Convicts, we have number 31 rather, Boots, against number 7, Jackknife for the combined team. Blockers starting right on the jam line for this jam as we have Vixen taking a tumble there for the combined team. Jackknife fighting their way through, managing to sneak through on the outside on 1 foot as Boots makes it through as well. Neck and neck at the moment, but Boots is the lead jammer there, falling off the jam. Unfortunately, before Jackknife can make it through for a scoring pass. Number 22 over for the Convicts, starting this next jam in the penalty box. Meaning the Convicts are 1 jammer down for the start of this jam. Jamming for the Convicts, we have Flick. Jamming for the combined team, we have number 99, Lemmy Adam. Flick making it through on the outside and securing that lead jammer status as Lemmy fights their way through the wall, juking it out and pushing Burgess out of the way there, sneaking through. Lemmy on the first pass there as Flick makes it through for their second pass, scoring 4 points. Good to see Flick's feeling better after that tumble before. And back on the track. 4 points there for the Convicts. Unfortunately, no score made there for the combined team. Scratch that. 3 points made there for the combined team. Stepping up to jam here for the combined Sirens and Diemen Rollers teams here, we have number 5, Loki Motive. And for the Convicts, we have number 86, Apples. Loki Motive managing to sneak through on the inside there and securing lead jammer status, closely followed by Apples. Moving quickly here as 3 players all take quite a tumble. Apples and Aviva down there, as well as number 5, Loki Motive. Stepping up to jam now for the combined team, we have number 333, Nico, and number 202, Sumi for the Convicts. Sumi managing to avoid a tackle at the last moment there by Morgan Le Fay for the combined team and securing the lead jammer status there. Nico fighting through that Convicts wall, but it is unfortunately looking to be impenetrable as Sumi makes it through for their first scoring pass. Combined team defense here, trying to defend against Sumi and also help out Nico at the same time. Unfortunately, not able to accomplish both there as Sumi makes it through for 8 points for the Convicts so far this jam. Nico making it most of the way through the pack there, but unfortunately getting pushed out of bounds, having to head on back and rejoin in front of the pack as number 1680, Weasel, heads to the penalty box for the Convicts. Nico managing to pull off another star pass here, passing jammer status over to Oddsocks Fitz, captain for the combined team. Neck and neck here between Sumi and Fitz, but Sumi managing to make it through first and calling off the jam there. Unfortunately, it looks like Oddsocks Fitz was unable to make a score there, but 16 points there for the Convicts. And that concludes the first period of play for this first one of 2 games. We'll have a brief 10-minute intermission here, give the players a chance to rest up, recuperate before the second half. While we take this intermission, Derby fans, I would like to remind you that we do have a raffle going today. If you'd like some more information or to purchase tickets for a chance to win one of 3 wonderful prizes, head on over to the door to purchase tickets and also check out some of the Convicts merch that is hanging up on the railing. I'd also like to mention, speaking of tickets, that the Convicts are hosting a quiz night on November the 13th. Tickets are on sale for that quiz night tomorrow. Make sure to check out the Convicts on Facebook for more information on that one. And make sure to check out South Island Sirens and the Diemen Rollers on Facebook as well to keep across all of their events and their introductory courses. Also make sure to check out the leagues on Facebook if you are at all interested in volunteering. As you can no doubt see, roller derby takes a lot of people to put on a successful game. We have umpires, we have non-skating officials, we have commentators, we've got a number of different people all helping out, medics, photographers, videographers, scorekeepers, penalty trackers, tech support. If you'd like to help out at all, make sure to check out these leagues on Facebook and drop them a message. Seconds until Derby restarts for the second period here, Derby fans. Both teams assembling on the track here. Looks like we have number 93, Ray, jamming for the Convicts against number 7, Jackknife for the combined South Island Sirens and Diemen Rollers team. Seconds has been called as our jammers form up their walls. Our blockers rather form up their walls. Jackknife definitely ready to get started for Derby here. Ray looking stoic. And it is Jackknife through on the outside, securing that lead jammer status. Ray making it through as well as the blockers start racing around the track. Jackknife sneaking most of the way through, but taking down almost the whole pack. Ray managing to sneak through there before Jackknife can call off the jam. But a spectacular display nonetheless. Lining up now for the combined team, we have number 5, Loki Motive. And lining up for the Convicts, we have Flickety Split. Starting the jam, already running. And Flick is going to head on through to the penalty box for that one. Leaving this to be a power jam for the combined team as number 27, I believe, Thrash, also sent off for the Convicts, and number 333, Jiggly. This is a power jam for the combined team, and there is only 2 Convicts blockers on the track. This is where Loki needs to really make the most of it. Even the ref struggling to keep up with the speed of this play as Aviva Vendetta is sent off with a penalty for the combined team. Locomotive making it through for their first scoring pass as Flick rejoins the game. And Locomotive calling the jam off there before Flick can come around for their first scoring pass. All of those Convicts blockers making it out of the penalty box by the end of that jam. And one blocker starting in the penalty box for the combined team. As we have number 333 Nico coming in here, fighting against the Convicts wall, but number 202 Sumi making it through for the Convicts and securing that lead jammer status. Nico managing there to push on the wall and swing around to the other side of it, but unfortunately getting pushed out of bounds and having to head on back and rejoin play as Sumi makes it around for their first scoring pass. 4 points to the Convicts. Nico making it through as Sumi sneaks through uncontested on the inside there for another 4. Nico coming around for their first scoring pass, but unfortunately being knocked out of bounds as Sumi gets bounced around. Being stopped here gallantly by Morgana LaFay. Odd Sox Fix coming in to assist, but Sumi sneaking past as Nico gets sent off to the penalty box for the combined team. This one being a power jam now for Sumi. Taking a brief spill onto the inside of the apex. Looks like that one is going to be a low block called there against Sumi. And Sumi heading onto the penalty box. Can't have two jammers in the penalty box, Derby fans, so with Sumi heading on in there, Nico has rejoined the game. And this one is now our power jam for the combined team. Combined South Island Sirens and Diemen Rollers blockers trying to keep the Convicts at bay here. Nico sneaking through, but unfortunately taking a tumble at the last second. As all of our blockers rejoin the game from the penalty box. We have Sumi making it back onto the track, but unfortunately Nico getting sent off with a penalty at the last possible moment of that jam, meaning that there is almost a full 30 seconds of the next jam that the combined team is not going to have a jammer. Convict City Rollers putting up number 86 Apples here to make the most of this individual start as the combined team's wall gets swallowed by the Convicts and Apples is able to sneak past on the outside. Coming around for the first scoring pass, scoring 4 points. Taking a hit from Lemmy at the last possible moment. They're exiting the pack, but now through again, breaking up that combined team's ball. The combined team forced to bridge there as Nico rejoins and hits the pack for their first pass in this jam. Being expertly pushed back, recycled there by the Convicts. As Sumi pushes against the combined team wall, not making any progress. Sorry, not Sumi, Apples. Play at an almost standstill here as Apples gets sent off for a multiplayer there, hanging off another Convicts player who then pulled Apples through the wall of the combined team. This one now being a power jam for the combined team as Nico manages to complete a star pass to number 84 as Glasgow Kiss, unfortunately being knocked out of play just after securing that pass. Taking down number 22 over for the Convicts on the way past there. Glasgow Kiss heading on through here for a scoring pass. As Apples unfortunately gets sent off again for an illegal procedure this time. Looks like the combined team may be calling for an official review here. And that is correct. We have an official timeout here. Let the refs and the captains and bench from each team discuss what happened there. Jackknife for the combined team. Number 86 Apples for the Convicts starting this one in the bin. Jackknife taking a big hit there by 99 Hazard on their way out of the pack, but able to make their first pass. Dodging multiple attacks there from the Convicts defense. For the first scoring pass, 4 points to the combined team. Jackknife managing to sneak through again. 8 points now for the combined team as their defense steps up, taking down Apples on the way past there. Looks like number 13, Batmangled, will get a low block penalty there, sent to the bin for that one. Apples managing to get up and make their way back around regardless. taking a spill there and unfortunately being recycled all the way back by Morgana Le Fay there for the combined team. As Jackknife fights to get through this impenetrable Convicts wall. Forced off the track there, Jackknife by the Convicts as Apples makes it out of the pack. 4 points there for the Convicts. That is Apples' first scoring pass. Jackknife making it through and calling off the jam before Apples can come around for another pass. Stepping up now to jam for the combined team, we have number 333 Nico facing off against number 31 Boots. Nico trying to break through this wall here as Morgana Le Fay attempts to assist, breaking up the Convicts wall from the other side. Boots managing to sneak through, securing that lead jammer status. Boots again making it through, being challenged there by Lemmy Adam and by Morgana Le Fay, but dodging them both. 4 points there for that first scoring pass as Nico still fighting here against that Convicts wall. Vixen stepping in to assist there, but unfortunately not able to help. Lemmy now breaking up the wall. Boots taking down Aviva Vendetta as Vixen and Morgana successfully slow down play, but Boots managing to slip through there, scoring another 4 points. 0-0-5 chugs for the Convicts, being sent off there for a penalty. And number 22 over being sent off there for the Convicts for a direction penalty, moving the combined team's jammer against the direction of play. Boots managing to sneak through, scoring again there as the combined team successfully executes a star pass. Nico passing that star over to Aviva Vendetta. And for the Convicts, number 333 Jiggly also sent off here with a penalty. And Vixen sent off and Nico sent off for the combined team. Boots managing to slip through, scoring some more points there as Aviva Vendetta makes it through for their first scoring pass for 4 points. Over taking out Lemmy Adam there as Boots sneaks through and that jam being called off there. $24 points to the Convicts for that jam, 4 points for the combined Sirens and Van Diemen Rollers team. As Convicts start out this next jam with number 333 Jiggly Ruff in the penalty box. Combined team starting off here with Nico in the penalty box and Vixen as well. Players off the track all over the place in this jam as number 5 Locomotive sneaks through and secures lead jammer for the combined team. Closely followed there by Flickety Split for the Convicts as Nico and Vixen rejoin the game, jumping straight in to block Flick from getting through. Flick managing to sneak through nonetheless, alongside Locomotive, both sneaking through on the inside. Both jammers scoring. Jam being called off there, both jammers scoring 4 points. Looks like we have Morgana Le Fay starting off this next jam in the penalty box, but we do have a team time out being called by the Convicts. I'm being called there for the Convicts team timeout. Getting ready to start this next jam. We have number 7, Jackknife, for the combined South Island Sirens and Diemen Rollers team. Facing off against number 93, Ray, here for the Convicts. Blockers starting right on the jam line for this jam. As Ray launches straight through the middle of the pack, knocking people out of the way to secure that lead jammer status. Jackknife also managing to sneak through there, coming around as Ray secures 4 points for their first scoring pass. Jackknife making it through, scoring 4 points there as Ray makes a massive apex jump into the combined team's defense, scoring 4 there. Some jammer on jammer contact there with Jackknife taking a tumble. Jackknife attempting to call off the jam there, but unfortunately lead jammer was gained by Ray, so unable to do so. As Ray comes through, knocking down the combined team's wall. Another 4 points on that pass. Jackknife stepping up here, but being stopped by Chugs and over from the Convicts as Ray sneaks through again on the outside. And Ray sneaking through again, with Jackknife being sent off with a penalty. It is now a power jam for Ray. Hot stepping it through the pack. But the jam being called off there, 24 points to 4. Ray calling off that jam there before Jackknife is able to exit the penalty box. 28-point jam, not 24 points, apologies. 28 to 4. Ray calling off that jam before Jackknife can exit the penalty box, securing a power jam for the start of this next one. Passing on that power jam to number 202, Sumi, who sneaks through on the inside. Jumping ahead, grabbing that lead jammer status. Sumi making it through for their first scoring pass, 4 points to the Convicts, as Jackknife rejoins the game and makes it through for their initial pass. Sumi calling off the jam there before Jackknife can score any points. 4 points there to the Convicts. Lining up once more, we have number 333, Nico, for the combined Sirens and Diemen Rollers team. Up against Number 696, Flickety Split for the Convicts. Flick starting on the jam line this time without a run-up. And managing to sneak through around the outside, securing that lead jammer status. Nico pushing hard on that Convicts wall, getting a bit of assistance from number 50, Odd Socks Fitz. Odd Socks Fitz unfortunately getting a penalty there, being sent off, unable to help further as Flick makes it around for their first scoring pass, 4 points to the Convicts. Flick being jammed between Batmangled and Morgana Le Fay here. Batmangled unfortunately forced to bridge between Morgana and the pack. That two-wall of Batmangled and Morgana Le Fay causing a lot of problems for Flick here, but Flick pushing through regardless. As Nico manages to sneak around the outside of the pack, but is stopped by number 22, Over. Flick managing to sneak through here, scoring another 4 points for the Convicts, as Nico is sent off with a penalty. Power jam here for Flickety Split and the Convicts. Convicts wall now fighting to keep Odd Socks Fitz for the combined team away from their defense. No jammer for the combined team, but the Convict City Rollers defense is trying to split up their remaining team regardless as Flick sneaks through again. Scoring another 4 points there for a potential 20-point jam, just waiting on confirmation here. 20 points to none for the combined South Island Sirens and Diemen Rollers team there. Flick calling off the jam, unfortunately before Nico can make it out of the penalty box, and successfully handing over that power jam, at least for the start of this one, to number 86, Apples. Combined team starting off this jam with 2 players in the penalty box, as Apples manages to sneak through, narrowly avoiding Lemmy Adam, securing that lead jammer status. Nico rejoining the pack here and successfully executing that star pass, passing jammer status over to searching for a number on an arm here. Looks like Morgana Le Fay. Apologies there. Nico successfully passing off that star pass to Glasgow Kiss, who has been stopped here by the Convict City Rollers. Aviva Vendetta successfully taking out Apples for the Convicts, but also taking themselves out at the same time, as Apples manages to make it through for another scoring pass. 8 points so far this jam for the Convicts. Unfortunately, Glasgow Kiss being forced out of play there by the Convicts' defence. And it looks like Apples has unfortunately been sent off here. Power jam for the combined team, as Lemmy Adam is also sent off with a direction penalty for moving the Convict City Rollers jammer against the direction of play. Power jam here for Glasgow Kiss of the combined team, as 1680 Weasel is also sent off for the Convicts. Just 3 Convicts players on the track at the moment. Glasgow Kiss taking a bit of a tumble there, but getting up and pushing immediately into that wall. That wall there being formed by Diva Death Roll and Hazard. Apples rejoining the jam and able to sneak through, scoring another 4 points for the Convicts, as number 99 Hazard is sent off for a penalty, along with Glasgow Kiss for the combined team. Number 1680 Weasel for the Convicts, making it back out of the penalty box just in time for that jam to be called, but unfortunately Glasgow just sent into the penalty box for the combined team will be remaining there for the start of the next jam, meaning that this jam will start off as a power jam for the Convicts. That power jam looking to be taken on by number 31, Boots. Combined team starting a jammer down for this one. Convicts starting a blocker down as Boots heads on through, securing first pass and the associated lead jammer status. Sneaking through again on the outside for the first scoring pass. 4 points. Number 333, Nico there, leaving the penalty box, taking off their gear. Unfortunately, Nico has exceeded that 7-win penalty limit and has fouled out of the game and will be unable to participate. So this one is now a power jam for the Convicts. No, not a power jam. Glasgow Kiss taking on the jammer status and then promptly passing it off to number 99, Lemmy Adam, for the combined team. Garner Lafay taking a tumble there, but also taking down Boots on the way past. Lemmy Adam sneaking through on the inside for their first scoring pass. 4 points for the combined team. Boots closely following there, 16 for the Convicts, and then calling off the jam before Lemmy can make it back around for their next pass. Official timeout being called here as the referees review some events from the last jam. Number 93, Ray, sneaking through and securing the lead. Not securing lead jammer for this one, for the Convicts. Number 93, Ray, being sent off with a penalty, unfortunately for the Convicts. Very fortunate for the combined team. This one is now a power jam. Number 5, Loki Motive, trying to smash their way through this Convicts wall. Number 13, Batmangled, trying to help break up this wall. The combined team defense here, pushing the Convicts defense to the side as Loki successfully executes a star pass here to number 511, Aviva Vendetta. Taking an unfortunate hit there, but getting right back up and pushing their way through the inside. Ray hopping and smashing their way through that pack for their second scoring pass. 8 points there as Aviva Vendetta is sent off to the penalty box. Power jam here for the Convicts. Burgess for the Convicts here being sent off with a penalty as Hazard rejoins the game. Ray sneaking through once more. And that jam coming to its natural conclusion there. Points there for the Convicts. Unfortunately, the combined team unable to score for that jam. Convicts will be starting this next jam one blocker down with number 16-18 Burgess in the penalty box. Looks like we have a review being called here. Official review being called as the referees call in the captains and bench to discuss. here for the combined team. We have number 7, Jackknife, up against number 696, Flickety Split for the Convicts. Jackknife sneaking through, over trying to get a hit at the last second, but unsuccessful there. Jackknife securing lead jammer status, closely followed by Flick. Jackknife with an exceptional one-legged maneuver there, managing to just stay on the inside of the track for 4 points as Flick makes through for their first scoring pass as well. Flick being stopped here by Batmangled and Morgana. And Morgana will be sent off here with a direction penalty, pushing Flick backwards against the direction of play. That jam being called off early there, 8 points for the Convicts, 6 for the Sirens and Diemen Rollers. Combined team starting off here with number 99, Lemmy Adam, in the bin. One blocker down for the start of this one. Number 5, Locomotive, jamming for the combined team here, but number 202, Sumi for the Convicts, able to sneak through and secure lead. Loki almost making it through the pack there, but being pushed out of bounds at the last moment as Sumi comes through for their second pass. Lemmy Adam pushing Glasgow Kiss into Sumi's way there, unfortunately not stopping her, but a good maneuver nonetheless. Sumi making it through for a second scoring pass as the combined team executes a star pass. Lemmy Adam now jamming for the combined team. Knocking down Burgess on the way through, but unfortunately unable to get out of the pack as Sumi is recycled there by Odd Socks Fitz, having to go all the way back and rejoin the pack before Fitz. Sumi making it most of the way through the pack here, but being stopped by Morgana Le Fay. Morgana being helped out here by Loki, but managing to get through. Lemmy being sent off here with a penalty. So we have a power jam here for Sumi and the Convicts. One player for each team in the penalty box now, with number 99, Hazard, being sent off for the Convicts as Sumi tries to push through this wall. Being taken out by Loki there, but managing to sneak through nonetheless. Another 4 points for the Convicts there, bringing this jam up to a total of 16. Sumi sneaking through on the outside. Sumi scoring another 16 points for the Convicts there as the game comes to a close. Have an unofficial score here as we add on Sumi's last lot of points. Unofficial score here of 353 for the Convicts, 266 for the South Island Sirens and the Diemen Rollers. Convict City Rollers taking this one out. As the teams celebrate their play today, I'd like to take this moment once again to thank all of the volunteers and everyone involved in this game today, everyone here who made all of this happen. And as the Convicts take their victory lap, we will do roll call one last time. Captain, number 93, Ray. 1618, Burgess. 85, Diva Death Roll. 1680, Weasel. 99, Hazard. 005, Chugs. 22, Over. 27, Thrash. 333, Jiggly Ruff rather. 98, Scar. 31, Boots. 202, Sumi. 86, Apples. 696, Flickety Split. And for the South Island Sirens and Diemen Rollers, we have Captain, number 50, Odd Socks Fitz. 13, Batmangled. 22, Buttercup Bandit. Number 3, Bashful Bell. 309, Morgana LaFay. 333, Nico. Number 4, Mills on Wheels. Number 5, Loki Motive. 511, Aviva Vendetta. Number 6, Jackknife. 84, Glasgow Kiss. 911, Vixen. And 99, Lemmy Adam. We will have a short 15-minute break now, Derby fans, before the next game, commencing at 2 p.m. This next game will be the mixed game with players, mixed teams with players from all 3 leagues on each team. Until then, feel free to check out the raffle prizes, the raffle tickets available at the door. Check out the merchandise as well, available at the door. The canteen is open upstairs, and I've been told that the food is excellent. Also remember to check out our 3 leagues on Facebook, the Convict City Rollers, the South Island Sirens, and the Northwest Coast Diemen Rollers. Check them out on Facebook. If you'd like to volunteer, shoot a message. If you'd like to join in the fun, they all have introductory courses, and the Convicts do have an under 18s course if you've got any kids that would like to join in as well. If you're interested in learning to skate, but not so interested in the contact aspects, the introductory courses are a basics on skating, so feel free to join in those introductory courses, learn how to skate without any of the contact. It's an excellent skill to have. Convict City Rollers, once again, have an upcoming quiz night, November 13th. Tickets on sale tomorrow. Check out the Facebook page for more information there. Are you keeping the same number? Sorry, hang on. So you're playing on white?